All right, everybody, thanks for getting on. Congratulations for investing in your training and your skilling up, your skill development. I'm going to go through a very valuable training for you, and it'll probably give you an idea of where you are and what you need to do in order to break through some of your walls and things like this. This is going to be called 5 layers of skill development, and it's how you're really going to break through to whatever area you want to get to. It's really an area of abundance and wealth, and this is probably why you're on here, right? So this is called 5 layers of skill development. And the very first thing that you're going to need is belief. And yeah, okay, oh, I believe in myself, you know, not just that. This is so important, because I hear it all the time. Oh, I don't know if I could ever do that snowboard. You're crazy. I could never do that snowboarding thing. Yeah, you know, you're probably right, and you'll never get to experience this thing because you don't even believe that you can. I see a lot of people doing that. Oh, I wish I could ice skate, but I just don't want to. I don't want to fall. Well, then you're never going to ice skate. If you're not willing to take the risk to get the reward, you'll never get the reward. That's a painful thing for a lot of people. I see so many people that are paralyzed from taking the risk. They don't want to lose. Oh, what if I lose money? You know, if you don't ever believe you can make $1 million, you're never even going to try. I see so many people so scared of what they're going to look like, or the opinions of other people, that they never even try, so that they don't look like a failure when they fail. But you have to fail and fail and fail and fail forward. I'm going to go through that, but belief levels you have to have it. So I didn't believe in myself before. I had some poor belief into me until I believed in myself. Once that happened, I actually believed that I could be a pro snowboarder. Man, nothing can stop me. And I remember everything about the day when I started thinking, man, what if I could? What if I could really do this? Because someone kept telling me over and over, man, I'm telling you, you could be sponsored. You could do this. And so if you don't believe you can be wealthy, and if you don't believe, you know, if you don't believe that you don't have to work 45 years to retire at 65, you know, this doesn't have to be a plan 40 hours a week for the next 40 years to retire with a $40 watch. You don't have to do that. If you believe you have to do that, then you're going to do that, okay? But I'm here to challenge your beliefs. And a lot of us stick and want to stay in our dot with all our beliefs. You have to admit that you don't know everything so you can actually learn something. And if I can change your beliefs, you might be able to do that. Second thing is your skilling up. Okay, so a lot of people, they go right into massive action without coming to the meetings, coming to the trainings, learning from proven, successful millionaires on how to get what they've got. They just go out talking to everybody and try to build their business without skilling up, without taking and investing the time and money into courses and trainings and getting around the right people to skill your, you know, skill development, right? So even in snowboarding, I tried to skill up. I tried to learn myself. I went by myself the first time I ever went snowboarding, and I blew my knee out because I tried to learn myself. If I would have gone with other people that knew what they were doing, I would have learned a lot faster. So I almost quit snowboarding. That's what a lot of people do, is just they crash and burn right away, and then they give up in their business and they quit. Quitters never win. But there's some things you have to know. You don't want to try to learn yourself and go out and do all these things yourself and then crash and burn and quit. Get around the right people, do training. We'll walk you through it step by step. And you have to get around, and you have to plug into meetings. You have to plug into trainings and events. If you do not do that, you're going to fail, like I did in snowboarding the first time. I quit for 2 years. I threw that thing in the closet. Never wanted anything to do with it because I blew my knee out. But the next time when I finally, you know, there was people going, a lot of friends of mine going, and they're like, hey man, you should come. I was like, all right, I'll try it. And I had them teaching me that time, and when they taught me, I learned it in a day, and I ended up being a pro snowboarder because it was so fun, and I learned so much faster being around the right people that had been there before me and done that. So you have to skill up, okay? But number 3 goes along with number 2. And what it is massive action. So you have to take this massive action also. A lot of people, they go into massive action, but they don't skill up, so they fail. Some people they skill up and come to all the trainings and come to meetings and do all their thing, but they don't take massive action. They don't actually get up and get on the court. You can't just skill up, read tons of books and magazines on being a pro basketball player and then expect to be a pro basketball player. You have to get on the court and dribble. You have to get on there and take action. So after I learned, I really liked it, so I was going a lot. I was getting, if I want to be a good pro, good snowboarder, I want to read snowboard magazines, watch the videos, show up, get to the environment, actually get to the mountain as much as I could to practice every day that I could. And practice and training. There's a golden rule, 10,000 hours or 10 years of hard work, practice, training until you have specialized skills and you're in the money. So you can't just expect to make a bunch of money right away and then give up and fail, right? Or quit. And actually in this business, in the direct sales business and home business and affiliate marketing, all this stuff that we're doing, you can't expect all the money until you have specialized skills, right? How long does it take for a doctor to make any money? A lawyer, 10 years, right? And athletes, 15 years. And it doesn't matter what it is, instruments, artists. It takes them a lot of time and skills. So we watch all these movies where the guy goes from nothing to something and a big hero in 2 hours, and we get this instant gratification thing. That doesn't happen. The movie doesn't show all the back end work that it took and practice and training over and over, crashing and burning over and over and over to get through the learning curve to figure out what not to do. You have to make the mistakes. There's no way around it. You have to make the mistakes to figure out, oh, okay, I know not to do this now. See, and so because I can now do a 720 or a trick with my eyes closed in snowboarding only because I've done it over and over. I know everything what not to do. So I've gone through the mistakes, and now I can do it every single time, not even worry about it. And because I have done that, I can teach other people how to do that, and they don't have to go through the learning curve that I did. So a friend of mine, Alex, comes in from Colorado, and he'd been trying a frontside 360 for a long time, 6 months or a year by himself. I took him up there. I said, all right, come to Utah. I'm going to go snowboarding with you. I took him to the right spot. I knew what to do. I knew how to teach him. I knew how to, everything that he needed to know. I took him to the right spot and made sure everything was good. And I taught him in an hour what he'd been trying for 6 months, only because I knew what not to do. Okay, so number 4 is duplication. You cannot create wealth without duplication. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, yes, they're very smart, but they're in a small business. They cannot duplicate themselves. Right? They cannot duplicate. So that you cannot leverage that way. See, with me, I'll always make tons more money than other people because it's not just me. I'm not collecting 100% of one person's effort like most people. I collect, 5% of 1,000 people's efforts or something like that. You're leveraged in real estate, in franchising. It's duplication. That's the way to create abundance and wealth. And the only way you can do that, and everybody does it in home business because it's mini franchising, right? You can teach other people how to do that and build sales teams. So if I work 3 hours today on my business, but I have 100 people out there that are working 3 hours on their business, I just got 300 hours of work plus my 303 hours of work for 3 hours of business today. That's why I get to live a dream life. I work from home part-time, no alarm clock, because I've been able to go through my learning curve and I've been able to get good at freedom. Most people go to school and get good at a skill that'll keep them busy for the rest of their life. That's why everybody is still working 55, 65 years old. I was taught from my parents, go to school, get a job, work for somebody else. That's not going to work for you. If you don't have a couple $1,000s laying around in the bank right now, whatever you're doing is not working. We have to come out of our dot. If you haven't seen that, watch the video on that, living outside of the box, and admit that you don't know everything so you can maybe change some of your beliefs about money and wealth and health and leverage. Because if you really want to retire faster, you have to learn some things, and you have to be able to go through your learning curve and duplicate. See, most failure is between 2 and 3. People quit before they get good at stuff, before they go through. There's no way around it. You have to crash and burn, learn what not to do, go through your learning curve, practice, training, and pretty soon you get some traction. And you know, that's how it really goes. Then you can duplicate. And the last thing, number 5, is depth and width. Okay? How do you create that? Well, first you have to build yourself into a leader. We're looking for leadership, right? People will only follow you when they know you're a committed leader and you don't give up and quit. So many people are waiting for you. They're just waiting for you and your dreams to, you give up on it. So they can say, yeah, see, I told you. So that they can feel better about themselves not going for it, not taking risks to get the reward. Right? They're waiting for it to be a phase. You just commit. Go through your learning curve. The first phases are just practice. You have to adapt and redirect and really learn how to build a successful business. No matter what business you're in, you're going to have to go through this. And 9 out of 10 businesses fail in the regular world. And the business owners always try to blame something else beside themselves. You know, oh, if this economy doesn't pick up, I'm going to have to close my doors. They're trying to blame it on the economy. It's not the economy, it's them. Create a flyer, get creative, market your business, make more people show up, right? Adapt to the new changing world of today. You got to get online. Everybody knows you have to be online. Everybody buys from their own home computer. Everybody has a computer at their house. That's where all the next millionaires are coming from. Anybody that kept up with the times and skilled up and then took massive action on that, Amazon.com, right? Anybody that's up with the times is making all the money. So if you're not willing to skill up and learn how the new business of today goes, you're not going to go anywhere, right? So it's important to plug in, get involved, be that leader, and then you can duplicate. And then when you're able to lead leaders and attract other leaders, you're going to create that depth and width. The only way that I can attract the big leaders that are coming into my business, huge real estate people, huge people from the internet world and stuff, is because I've built myself into a leader. I didn't quit. I saw a lot of people quit snowboarding. They hit a couple walls and they quit. If they were way better than I was. I just worked harder. I stuck in there longer. I followed my passion. And I got around people that were better than me so I can get better faster. And I stuck with them. And I spent a lot of time with them. And that's how I knew that to do that in business. And you know, yes, we all work hard, but think about the vehicle that you're using. What are you working hard in? Is it taking you anywhere? How long have you been doing that? 3, 5 years? Is it really working to get you where you're trying to go? Maybe it's time to switch over into a business vehicle that moves a little faster, and it can get you retired faster, right? What business vehicle are you using? What are you spending your time getting good at? Are you spending your time getting good at watching TV and knowing your favorite basketball player's name? Or are you spending your time getting good at freedom, financial freedom, building yourself a business asset that will bring you in money whether you work or not? Are you building yourself? Are you growing yourself? The difference between rich and poor people is where you spend your time. What do you invest your time in, right? So spend your time, invest your time into yourself to grow into the leader you need to be, that it naturally attracts other leaders and it naturally attracts other, the money is just a side effect. It'll come in with you, you know, as default, just from becoming a leader and leading other people. Because the money that you make is directly proportionate to how valuable you become in the marketplace. How do you become valuable? You go through it so you can teach other people how to become successful. So thanks. That's your training for today. Hope you liked it. To get more information, just look around and you know, go down below or go to the tab, put a comment in the comment box, get a hold of me, and we'll talk soon. Bye.